Lemony Snicket, what a name, and A Series of Unfortunate Events. This actually became a bit of an IP empire, IP standing for intellectual property, because I believe there's a sequel, another movie, a remake, a Netflix show, as well as, of course, popular children's books, which is where it came from. This is the one we're talking about right now, is the one with Jim Carrey in the title role. Based on the popular children's book, the movie tells a story of 3 precocious orphans who are sent to live with a distant relative, Count Olaf. Very strange and unusual, and turns out to be a fairly evil man. The evil and greedy Olaf is after, of course, the children's fortune and is secretly concocting a scheme to kill them. Does that sound like a children's book? Probably not, and yet it's successful, right? So what's great about Sherlock and this next one that I think is a really wonderful kind of approach is the use of CGI, computer-generated imagery, to create what looks like traditional media. It looks like they're using the computer to create what looks like pen and paper, parchment, cardboard, fabrics, kind of like arts and craftsy kind of a feel to this, but they're using computers to do it. Kind of the way that the Game of Thrones kind of did that. They used CGI to make it look like wood and model building. And this has a really wonderful, beautiful approach of an aesthetic here that I'm about to show you here. Designer Jamie Callery actually was involved in this, and she said, I had the notion of turning the character designs that they had created for Lemony Snicket's merchandising campaign into the end title sequence. And she said, I had this idea that Count Olaf should not really be just shown as a character in this sequence, but represented a huge, invasive kind of graphic element. You don't really see the uncle here. Here he is right here, but it's basically like a personification of him. And it's just kind of like an overarching kind of presence, an evil presence in these children's lives. The studio really liked this, and without saying it to anyone, she decided to go deeper into the story style approach. And as you can see, it's used a lot of wonderful scanned-in fabrics, stitching, really some beautiful work here. And she watched the movie trailer and decided that she needed even more fabric textures, and they were constantly scanning in new papers and new fabrics, and of course, the wonderful graphic, almost like a scratchboard kind of look and feel to the characters, really goes a long way too. Just beautiful kind of a piece. Here is the intro sequence to a very unusual Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events.